Hi there. These comments are for Wafa, and I am Michael, the founder owner and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you made a comment at my webpage here for TOEFL IBT study guides. So let's take a look at what you said and see if I can get you on track with your goals. Okay, here we go. So you say, hi, Mr. Michael, I will take my TOEFL exam in 25th of June. I would change that to on 25 June because when you have a specific day, it's better to say on. I failed in the first. I've got 45 out of 120. So you got 17 in the speaking. You got 10 in the reading, listening, and writing sections. But doesn't that put you at, excuse me, at 47? You see, the score which I need is 90 to attend a university in Netherlands. I have approximately 3 months to improve my English. I can improve my academic English proficiency in every day for 1 hour. I'm looking forward to receiving your information. If you only study English for 1 hour and you want to go from 45 to 90, my guess is you're probably looking at 1 to 2 years of study before you're going to reach that goal. So what am I saying? I'm saying that 1 hour a day is not going to be enough preparation time for you. You're going to have to do more than that, or it's going to take you an awfully long time to reach that goal. So that's kind of the first thing. A lot of students, you have to look at it can take up to 30 days just to get 5-point improvement. And you want to do a lot more than that. You want to get almost, 45 points improvement. You want to double your score in 3 months, and that's just probably not realistic. Even if you studied 3 to 4 hours every day, you're probably looking at least 3, maybe even up to 6 months before you reach your goal. Right? So I'm going to give you some suggestions, and keep in mind that what I'm saying is if you want to spend 1 to 2 years to study, you can do that. But if you want to get 90 in 3 months, everything you do right now needs to focus on English. Now here's my suggestions. You can take them any way you like. My suggestion is, and this is actually my online TOEFL course right here. You're looking at it. This is the one that my subscribers go to after they make their payment. So my suggestion is to work on step 1, work on the vocabulary lessons, and then at the same time you can also work on the grammar lessons in my course. And that includes taking the grammar diagnostic pretest to see where you need to study more. And then also at the same time, I recommend that you focus on the pronunciation. These are what I call the foundation English areas. These are areas that you want to focus on first. And here's the pronunciation section right here. And also there's a pretest here. Now what you want to know is for the pronunciation, you have to start posting. You're going to want to start posting your pretest and your independent and integrated speaking practice test at my website. So let's go to my VoxyPop group. I'll show you where my students actually post. This is where they post their responses. Let's see what I need to grade today. So today it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 practice tests that I need to grade today. And that's where you're going to post your speaking and pronunciation practice tests. So it's going to take some time. Seriously. Okay, so that's my first suggestion. I recommend for the first 3 months, focus, and let's go back to your comments here. Actually, let's go over here. Okay, here. Yeah, so I'm going to say focus on the vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation areas of my course, I will do that for the first 3 months. Remember, your goal in the vocabulary section of my course is to master 1,700 college level words. And you can't do that by studying 1 hour a day for 3 months. It's never going to happen. You have to spend a lot more time than that. Your goal in the pronunciation area of my course is to go through all my pronunciation lessons. You'll get my feedback after you do the first 2 pre-tests. Then you do a final post-test, and I'll go over generally what any areas of improvement you need to continue to focus on in the pronunciation area. And there's over 50 pronunciation lessons in my course. Again, you probably can't do all that by just doing 1 hour a day. Now, the last thing is to go through the grammar areas of my course. Now, that you can get through fairly quickly, but in order to really learn the information, I recommend you actually take notes and write down sample sentences and all of those things, and that's also going to take time. But that's what you want to do first. So my recommendation is for the first 3 months, you can focus on those first 3 areas: vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. And then for the next maybe 1 to 2 months, I recommend that you go through the listening. Let's take a look at this one. So we're going to the listening part of my course right now. What I recommend here is, as you start going through my listening lessons, and you have practice tests here, each practice test is a lecture that's about 5 to 6 minutes long. They focus on all kinds of academic subjects. And there's really 3 things you can do with the listening activities. I recommend you do all 3. First of all, listen to the lecture, take down some notes, and then answer the multiple choice comprehension questions. That's the first thing you want to do. And your goal is to try to get close to 80% on your tests. Now, the second thing you can do is, after you listen to the lecture, take down notes, and then you can practice writing a summary of the lecture. Your summary can be anywhere from 150 to 250 words. That's also very good practice. The third thing you can do as you go through the lectures is to actually listen to the lecture, take down some notes, and then practice summarizing, orally summarizing the lecture. That means you explain it in your own words, and I actually recommend you record yourself when you do this so you can listen to it again. So if you can do those 3 things as you go through the lectures, remember you have the comprehension questions, you practice writing about the lecture using your notes, you practice speaking about the lectures using your notes, and that's really going to get you going in the right direction there. Okay, so let's take a look at the reading area. The goal in the reading part of my course is to increase your reading speed, as you can see. Now we have all the TOEFL IBT reading question types, strategies for answering them, and then you have, here are the 70 speed reading tests. This is going to help you improve your speeding read from 100 to 350 words per minute. So again, there's 3 things I want you to do with the speed reading test. Obviously, the first one is to read the passage in about a minute, take down some notes, and then answer the reading comprehension questions. Do that first. Secondly, you can read the passage, take down some notes, and then practice writing a summary of the reading passages. Each summary can be around 100 words because you don't have as much content as you have with the lecture, so you can't get as many words out of the summary. But anyway, writing about the reading passages is also important. And of course, the third thing I'm going to suggest is you practice speaking about this information. And when you speak about it, again, I recommend you record yourself and you give what's called 60-second oral summaries of the reading passages. Now, if you can follow these suggestions as you go through the listening and the reading lessons, a lot of things are going to happen. First of all, obviously, your comprehension of the listening and reading passages will improve, but also you'll get more comfortable writing and speaking about these passages, which, as you know, is very important for the integrated speaking and integrated writing aspects of the test. All right, so let's move on. Let's go to section 6. This is the writing area of my course. And I recommend you work on the speaking and the writing sections together. You can do those maybe over a month or two. So you're probably looking at about maybe 4 to 6 months, I think, to go through all these lessons and to learn all these lessons, because that's assuming that you're spending approximately 3 to 4 hours every day, not 1 hour a day. If you spend 1 hour a day, you'll take over a year at least to go through all these lessons. Right? My goal is to help you achieve a goal of 90, and like I said, you can't really do that by just studying 1 hour a day. It's kind of like coming to me and I'm your coach and say, hey Michael, I want to run a marathon, right? So the marathon's 42 kilometers, and you say, well, I can only run 1 kilometer a day. And I want to run my marathon 3 months from now. I'm going to say, no, that's not going to be enough practice to reach that goal. Okay, so looking at the writing areas, you have all my writing lessons, and what you're going to do is start sending me integrated and independent writing practice sets. You see, I have 40 independent writing practice sets you can see here. Then we have the integrated writing lessons, followed by, we have here over 43 integrated writing practice tests. So you're going to do that. And then at the same time, I recommend that you start going through the speaking part of my course too. Okay, let's take a look at this. So we have the lessons, the independent and integrated speaking lessons here. Here's all my practice tests. I've integrated speaking practice tests. And again, you'll be posting them right here, just like Gloria did. So Gloria's answering one of the questions today. Let's just listen to what she says in the beginning here. So it says, using examples and passage from the passage in the talk, describe how the internet has influenced our civilization. This is one of the integrated speaking practice tests.
The reading passage explains how the internet has evolved and how this internet could be negative for the society.
So she's actually explaining the main points of the reading passage in the lecture. That's what you're going to do also. Now, another thing that you might consider is, because, in my opinion, you need more time, you can also choose topics, my independent speaking topics from here. I have 300 different topics that you can choose from. Here they are right here. See that? All the way down to 300. Okay, now let's go back to what you wrote. Okay, so that's my suggestion for you. So let's kind of recap what I said here at the end of this video. Okay, my suggestion is I have a 3-point plan to help you reach your goal. Unfortunately, it doesn't really follow the time that you're willing to spend. In my opinion, you should be spending about 3 to 4 hours a day. And for the first 3 months, my recommendation is to complete the vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar sections. That's what you focus on for the first 90 days. Now, the second part of your plan is, as I pointed out, you want to go through the listening and the reading parts of my course, following the suggestions in this video. The third thing you can do is to go through the writing and speaking parts of my course, again, following the suggestions I outlined in this video. Now, if you need to, if you want to take a full-length IBT practice test, if you want to kind of see where you are, I do have another website that I've partnered with that offers full-length 5-hour IBT reading practice test, and they've developed a format that's very similar to the TOEFL IBT exam. You're going to go to the 8th section of my course, and you can follow these instructions, and you can certainly complete a full-length IBT practice test. You might want to do this after the first 90 days. Let's see where you are after the first 90 days. So follow my plan, study hard, try to dedicate about 3 to 4 hours every day, and then after 3 months you can take a full-length IBT practice test. In my opinion, at that point, you should be about 20 points higher than where you are now, and that's a good sign. So that's going to put you at about 65 to 70. So 3 months from now, if you're at 65 to 70, in my opinion, you're doing a wonderful job. You're making a lot of good improvements. That would give you some good feedback. Of course, you haven't reached your goal yet of 90, but you know that you're moving toward that goal. And then you continue to follow my plan maybe for another 2 or 3 months, and then you can take another full-length IBT practice test to see where you are. At that point, you should be closer maybe to your goal of 90. You see what I'm saying? So those are my comments to you. So all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.